Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. Fallen idols, heroes who turn out to be not so heroic. We'll start with the pious, Mother Teresa. A Sky documentary cites Mother Teresa as, quote, embodying a pain cult version of Christianity that does not want to alleviate suffering. Our calling is not necessarily to cure. Suffering shared with Christ's passion is a wonderful thing, end quote. Jim Bakker. He and his flamboyant wife, Tammy Faye, were among Christianity's highest and mightiest, having built an empire on their PTL, Praise the Lord, club. But he spent millions of donors' money, not to help the least among us, but on himself and his wife, a private jet, 2 Rolls Royces, hyper-expensive fur coats, and jewelry. When all was discovered, Jim Bakker was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Even Jesus. He preached compassion, unless people didn't believe in him, whereupon, according to John 3:18, he condemned them to eternal hell. Now let's turn to politicians. Donald Trump. He derided Barack Obama for attacking Syria, and then authorized an attack on Syria. He decried the taxpayers paying for Barack Obama's golfing. But we have paid millions more for Trump's golfing. Of course, Trump haters cite other things, but the aforementioned are uncontested and enough to put him on our list of fallen idols. Newt Gingrich. While he was trying to have Bill Clinton impeached for his affair with Monica Lewinsky, Newt was having an affair with Callista Bisek. Thomas Jefferson. He spoke against slavery, but owned more than 600 slaves and raised, as slaves, children he fathered with a slave, Sally Hemings. Hillary Clinton. Wikimedia has 29 entries regarding Hillary Clinton's, quote, controversies, including calling blue-collar people a, quote, basket of deplorables, end quote. Her $1,000 investment in cattle futures, which became in 2024 dollars, $433,241.63. Her email leaks to destroy her rival Bernie Sanders' chances to beat her for the presidency, and famously, expensively, quote, bleaching 33,000 documents, many sensitive, that she had inappropriately taken. John F. Kennedy. This from The Guardian, titled, JFK, Declassified Documents Reveal a Cunning and Cagey President. Citing JFK historian Timothy Naftali, quote, to preserve his image, Kennedy leaked a cockamamie story that made Adlai Stevenson, his ambassador to the U.S., look like a chump. Aides arranged the girlfriend system to ferry women in and out of his chambers. White House logs show that Jackie Kennedy was almost never with her husband on Friday nights. Joseph Stalin, with his acolytes, killed at least 20 million people, more even than Hitler. Alex Haley. The Village Voice called Haley's Roots, quote, the greatest literary hoax of the century, end quote, because of plagiarism, omitting inconvenient truths, and calling fiction fact. An author of work that Haley had plagiarized sued him and won, with the judge, Robert Ward, concluding, quote, Alex Haley perpetrated a hoax on the public. Che Guevara. An essay reprinted from the Huffington Post is titled, Che was a racist, homophobe, and mass murderer. It says, quote, Che Guevara was in fact an intolerant and despicable man. Guevara referred to gay people as, quote, sexual perverts. He helped establish the first Cuban concentration camp, the first of many. In his diary, he referred to black people as having, quote, lack of affinity with bathing, and Mexicans as, quote, a band of illiterate Indians. Larry Craig. An opponent of LGBT rights, Craig was arrested for indecent behavior in a men's restroom. The charge was reduced to disorderly conduct, and he paid a fine and court fees. He denies having been gay. And finally, Al Gore. He has long been our de facto environmentalist in chief, but after the GOP shamed him into making green upgrades to his complex of mansions, after that, Gore's compound still uses 21 times the average homeowner's amount of energy use. The takeaway? Resist the hype. People are just people, even our idols. In any event, that's fallen idols, heroes who turn out to be not so heroic. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And certainly would welcome you taking a look at any of my 35 books. Perhaps most relevant is A Dose of Reality, but all 35 are on Amazon. In any event, I thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.